family, and today we're making brown butter ice cream, something super simple and sweet that you can make at home for you and your family with just a few ingredients. I know ice cream is expensive nowadays, so I wanted to share my recipe. Here you see that I have brown sugar on the counter. Listen, I did not use that brown sugar. I was doing a different ice cream, but I omitted that brown sugar because I said I'm going to do brown butter instead of what I was originally going for. So right here, we're going to pour 2 cups of heavy whipping cream into our mixer. Now I'm using my KitchenAid mixer. If you do not have a KitchenAid, you can simply use this with a handheld mixer, or if you have the arm power, you can whisk this. And I would say maybe do this for about 5 minutes. Don't step away from it, because if you know, the longer you whip it, you'll create butter instead of the creaminess that we're trying to create. So keep an eye on it. So now that we have the consistency of the whipped cream, we're going to go ahead and stop that mixer and begin browning our butter. So I have half a stick of butter for this recipe, and I'm merely just going to stand here and whisk this butter. You can use a whisk, but I'm just using a spatula, and I'm going to get this butter browned, not burned. Now you can get it a deep brown color. I tried to stop it right before the deep brown because it can start coming off with a little burned taste. So this is the color that I wanted to achieve, and I'm going to pull it off and let it cool. While my brown butter is cooling, we're going to go ahead and empty out the full can of sweetened condensed milk into our bowl that we are going to freeze our ice cream in. We're going to now add our cooled brown butter to our mixture. Our flavorings that we are going to use are butter and vanilla. Now, I'm only using a half teaspoon of butter. This is simply something that you can do without. If you are not a heavy butter flavored person, you do not have to use that. I'm using imitation vanilla. That's what I had on hand, but you can easily use pure vanilla, which will really give it a good taste. Or you can use vanilla bean paste or simply just vanilla bean. You can modify this recipe as much as you want, as less as you want. This is just what I did, and I really enjoyed the way it came out. So now we're going to incorporate it with the sweetened condensed milk. Make sure that you stir all of the ingredients together so that it is completely combined. Next, we're going to go ahead and fold in our homemade whipped cream. And listen, I scraped the bowl, y'all. I know not to leave none behind. So you can do this in an ice cream maker as well. I did want to make mention of that. I do have an ice cream maker, but I didn't feel like doing the ice cream maker. I had been seeing this everywhere on social media, and so I was like, you know what, let me give it a try. But I wanted to try something different, and brown butter has become a new favorite of mine. So yes, if you do have an ice cream maker, you can do this in your ice cream maker. Just follow the instructions that goes with your maker. But for best results, you can put this in the freezer for 8 to 12 hours. Me personally, I would suggest doing overnight. But if you're just ready to eat this ice cream, then you could do 8 to 12 hours. But for me, best results is to let it freeze overnight.